And so this is the last part 3 of authority, power, and a hard heart. Part 3. You know, when you look at family ties and how the devil will try to hold you in place, I'm actually seeing some families being truly blessed, and some entertainers and some people being truly blessed, but they think it's from God. Even some promotions, they think it's from God, but it's a sinister thing behind the scenes to hold them locked into a system. Do this make sense? Yeah, I'm seeing this. So try to explain to somebody that they need Christ when they're truly blessed.
Right.
That was that family. You couldn't tell that this family was under such of a curse unless you was in their home experiencing and seeing some things that normal folk just wouldn't see. You just couldn't tell. And so that's what I see a lot of us. A lot of us right now are practicing rebellion and we don't even know it. The devil is real genius. Jesus referred to Satan. He said that old serpent of old. Old is not talking about he been around. Old is talking about he's wise and he perfected what he's done. Jesus was giving us a blueprint on how Satan's cunningness, slyness, and slickness has got him all up to this point. Same trick, but same old trick, but new methods. New methods mean new people.
Right.
Okay? So let me read this here. The devil has come up with old tricks for a new generation, but some church folk have no concept of the Word of God. That's how his trick is perfected. So when Jesus said that old serpent called Satan, he was talking about him being in a garden as a serpent. And in Revelation, he's a what? Dragon. That means that his appetite for people has enlarged by doing something that's familiar, that appeases people's appetites. Does this make sense? I want us to get it. Okay, this old trick has destroyed countless individuals, marriages, homes. It destroys careers. Most of all, it deteriorates the moral fabric of our country. Y'all see that unraveling, right? The moral fabric. The moral stuff is gone. This old trick is often undetected. Somebody said undetected. Undetected. But very present. You can see it. It disguises itself in the open. And if discovered, it will spit so much venom followed by the power of the media. Right? You see it in the media. Say something against the media, they're going to bring you down. Bring up a certain topic, they're going to bring you down. While you're talking, they're going to know where you from, what high school you went to, and who changed your diaper at 6 months.
Right.
How do they know that? I don't know. Why are they talking to you? Right while you're talking, up on the screen, you're going to see the line. He graduated from over here. Special interest group right down to the church itself. Look how this thing goes right down to the church. Because the church is at the center. It detests the name of Jesus and his followers, but yet secretly dwell in the hearts of most believers. Okay? This evil is not concocted overnight. It is carefully planned with you in mind. Its only desire is to see total suffering, loss of inheritance, and ultimately separation from God himself. This is the perfect ingredient for the enemy to turn our God's love and tenderness to judgment against his people. Y'all see that, right? It's called rebellion. The spirit of rebellion is widespread throughout our nation. The spirit of rebellion gets its source of power through TV. Y'all get that? Because the enemy knows our hearts, meaning this. He knows we know more about him through watching TV than the Word of God. This gives the enemy power to rule. We're going to get that. Watch this here. And we don't even know it. This is a diabolical dude right here. If he's a dude. If you don't have no legs, he's standing on something. Watch this here. No. If you want to know where your heart locator is, to know the enemy's heart is to know, study what the enemy say or do. If you want to know where your heart is at, is to know the enemy's heart, is to know or study what the enemy say or do. To know God's heart is to know, study what God say or do. Okay? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3:16. 1 Corinthians 3:16. God always supports your claim with the word of God because he could be saying anything. Don't just take my word for it, or don't take anybody's word for it if they can't bring the word of God into. Watch this here. It says, know ye not that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. Everybody see that? Verse 17. If any man defiles the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is what? Holy. Now here's the question. Which temple ye are? Do y'all see that? Let me go back and read my little note. You want to know where your heart indicator is? To know the enemy's heart is to know and study what the enemy do or say. To know God's heart is to know, study what God do or say. To know the enemy's heart is by watching or consuming too much TV. That's his greatest strength to get to a believer. Okay? That's how he gets God's people to sin. I'm going to prove my point. He knows that we're not going to do the obvious. So he comes another way. It's through the television. All you got to do is press a thumb. You can get any demonic programming that you want. Watch this here. How does the devil get God's children to sin? Through being an honor student through TV. Knowing all the devil's programming and knowing very little of the Word of God. Y'all see that? Especially not knowing how to apply it. Having only head knowledge is not enough. And because we run on head knowledge, we lack knowing how to skillfully apply the Word of God when the devil rears his ugly head. To support that, let's go to 2 Timothy 3:7. 2 Timothy 3:7. Let me go back and read verse 1, but watch this here. Let's go to 2 Timothy 3:1, and we're going to drop down to 7. I'm going to show you how I'm asking the Lord to show you where your heart indicator is. Because if you're having some failures in your life, it could be that the devil has manipulated you through that television. Because that is the greatest video. Okay. When we first wake up in the morning, after we pray, or before we pray, what do we turn on? When we come home from work, what we turn on? What does the kids turn on? What do we go to sleep at the end of the day of? Now we may say we read our word, but you can't tell me if you saw a nice sexual scene or a nice dirty joke in the middle of you turn your TV off and then open your word, who has more power? The devil just ain't going to come in the way that you think. He'll show up in a dirty dream.
Come on, Pastor.
He'll show up like, and you'll wake up in the morning arguing. Because you know why? Because that thing, rebellion, is still there. It's trying to war. It's trying to war against God, and it's winning because it drowns out the Word of God, because the devil makes sure that when you try to go to read the Word of God before you go to bed, go to sleep. Boom, there you go. And now that word or that dirty thing that you saw on television or that argument that you had, it resurrected itself into your spirit man. Okay, watch this here. We're going to keep reading. Watch this here. I'm great. You're going to see, right? It says, 2 Corinthians 3:1. Watch this. Know this. Now, when he say know this, he's getting your attention. He ain't just saying, won't you hear me out, dog? He's saying, know this. That means that this is really what's going on. Okay? This is what's really happening. He said, know this also, that in the last days, perilous times shall come. How you going to know perilous times shall come? Because if we don't read the word of God and we just run off of head knowledge and you just have the skimming of what God's word says off the pages with no revelation, the only place where you have to go is the TV. Because the devil is going to make sure that everything what you're reading here, you're going to see it, but as long as he can keep you from receiving or getting the revelation of what God is saying, you're going to make your point of reference from the TV instead of the word of God. But when you see it on the TV, you're going to point it out. I saw that in the word of God. Well, where is the revelation behind that trumps that? Amen. Do that make sense? All right, watch this here. Watch this here. He said, for men shall be lovers of their own what? Selves. Covetous. Boasters. Please, sure. Boasters. Proud. Blasphemers. Disobedience to parents. Unthankful. Unholy. Listen to this. Without natural affection. Truce breakers. False accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures, more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying power. That means that when these things come up against you, you have no power because you have to go back to the source of what's in your heart, and that's the television. Y'all see this? That's what it's saying. It's saying all of this stuff that we're entering into on a daily basis. It's saying when the enemy shows up, we have no power. We stand up in front of the enemy and say, I rebuke you. And the devil says, oh, no, you're too high-minded. Oh, no, you got full of deceit. Oh, shut your mouth, because I see something operating in you. Do this make sense? The devil is always going to point you back to the point of reference. God is going to always point us back to the point of reference of why things are not working with him. Okay? Watch this here. Verse 6. For of this sort are they that creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts. Now, we can go a whole lot of ways with that. But for the teachers that we got men and women in here, let's break this thing down. For this sort of devil, demon, the things that we just got through mentioning up here, crept into. Because this is what we're watching. This is what we're feeding. So if this is what's going on, then these things cannot come in unless they are invited. So creep means to creep at a time when you're about to shut down.
My God.
Oh yeah. Watch this here. Watch this here. And the first thing it does, it says it led captive silly women laden with sins, led away with what? Divers. But now all you gotta do when you see the divers, just go back up and read those different demonic spirits. Those are the divers. In other words, they dive into. They creep, but once one comes in, the other holds the door in and they springboard into your life. Meaning this here, when the issues of life begin to surface in your life, and instead of having the word of God, these things come out. They dive into, so they come out. they springboard off your tongue.
Yes, sir.
They creep in, but they're spring. Okay. And me and Felicia is going at it. And let's just say for instance, she forgot to pay the water bill and the water shut off, and I'm wanting to take a bath. So I gotta go get my monkey wrench, go out in the front yard, break the seal, turn it on. But she told me she paid. Now I'm already hot. Right? I'm hot because the bill is not paid. Now let me ask this question. Can some people make a mistake? Can life comes up to where people cannot get to and they say, I forgot?
Yeah.
But now I already got in my mind, I already wanted me a shower. So since I can't take the shower, and especially if it's Friday after 5, we gotta wait till Monday morning. Now I'm already hot. So I already got my wrench, turned it on, and now I'm waiting for her to come in. Now, all these diverse things that's inside of me is going to override me saying, asking her or forgiving her that, and suggesting it was just a mistake.
Right.
All of this stuff is going to, you didn't go, and you should have paid, and you should have been told, and I've been told you to do this, and what's wrong with you? And the other day you did. All this stuff is springboarding off my tongue.
That's good, Pastor.
And the root of that is rebellion. Because rebellion says this here, I'm going to cause dissension because of the witchcraft that I've allowed to come in.
Wow.
So I'm laying the ground. So if you look over in that corner, let's see, we got over in that corner. We got boasters in the corner over there. Look over in the center of the room, you got proud over there. Look in the kitchen, you got blasphemy. Look over there, you got disobedience. Do you see it? So everywhere where I go into the house, because these things have to come out and they springboard off my tongue, it sets the tone that everything that I touch in the house is contaminated. And the root strong man in there is rebellion. Oh yeah. Watch this here. Verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Why? Because of all this stuff. All this stuff in verse 2. For men shall be lovers of themselves. And look at the friends that you acquired because you are lovers of yourself. Now you have to ask yourself, where did that come from? The devil knows that you ain't going to no club. He knows that you ain't going to hop around from woman to woman or man to man or vice versa. He knows you ain't going to just literally cuss somebody else. I hope some of y'all will. And if you got that devil, we can tame that tongue right now in the name of Jesus. You got that ML right on the tip of your tongue? It can be Mother God, you know, right there instead of that word. Because, you know, some of us get to cussing when we get excited, you know. Some things can be solved right now. The old folks say, right now. Somebody say, right now. All right? Something we ain't got to play with. Now, watch this here. Now, when a man has all of that stuff laden in him, when a real crisis come up, how's he going to be able to pull the word of God to that situation laden with all of that stuff? Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Ever learning. Ever learning. The ever learning is this here. Buzz open conferences, read your word of God, pray to God, fast. You're ever learning. You got 10,000 books on healing and prosperity and all this stuff. You're getting all this knowledge, but when the devil says, I want to challenge that then, and you sit up there and say, in the name of Jesus, David has slain his Goliath, and the devil said, oh really?
Don't say it, Pastor.
Did he? The devil, you read it, and the devil had you down. Did he? He did walk around with his head. Didn't he have the sword? And then the devil tell you to go tell your wife what you just learned. David has slain his Goliath. And my wife's sitting there like this here. Oh, I know that. And now the devil wants you to give her the revelation. And so when she don't want the revelation, guess what comes out of you? Unholy, unthankful, disobedience, without natural affection, truth breaker, false accuser, incontinent, fierce, despising of those that good, heady, anger, because you'll start spewing that stuff because you're feeling like, well, you don't want to hear what God is giving me. It's like an old screwed up mixtape. You don't want to hear what God is going to do. Y'all didn't want to hear because they see the real fruit that's coming from the tree. And then you know what happens when we get mad? We go right back in and go get fed some more of the TV. Talking to the TV, and the TV is talking back to you. You talk, yeah, don't sit there and tell me. I know what God told me. And the TV sitting there talking to you. Right. You sitting there watching Moonlight. Then get religious and try to watch Doogie Howser. Knowing that love and hip hop is on your mind. Come at 7 o'clock. Hey, I'm talking about me. Y'all pray for me. I'll pray for you. Y'all see how this thing works? Watch this here. Watch this here. We're going to see, somebody would say, oh no, Pastor, everything what you just read, that's not me though. Turn to Matthew 15. Let's see. Turn to Matthew 15. Because if it's not in you, the Bible says, man that say you don't have no sin in his heart is a what? Somebody read. Watch this here. Now, I ain't saying somebody read. I'm just saying somebody read. Somebody, Matthew 15, 18. Matthew 15, 18. Go to 17. Well, which one is it? Go to 17. Watch this here. Do you not yet understand that whatsoever entered in at the mouth, go into the what? Yeah. That's your soul. You know, that's that gut. That, you know, I'm so, no, that's your soul. That's where those relationships sit. That's where that hurt sit. Yeah. That's where that root of bitterness, anger, that's where everything we just read in 1 Timothy, that's where they sit. They take residence in the soul. The strong man is rebellion. Y'all see that? That's why he said, do you not understand whatever enters in at the mouth, goes into the belly, and is cast out to drought? He's talking about physical food, but he's also talking about something spiritual. Watch this here. But those things which proceed out of the mouth comes from the what? And defiles the what? But watch this here. This is what we get out that TV, y'all, that we see every day. And I'm just spitting all over the place. Big pulpit and it's saturated. Watch this here. It says, for out of the heart proceeds what? Evil. Now, where you get them evil thoughts from? TV. Compounded with your father's sin. It has to be activated somewhere. If there's an evilness in my heart, in my mind, I know when to let this thing spring forth. But the problem is I don't have no control after it springs forth. I know how to harness this devil until the issues of life starts to spring. I'll give you an example. If most of the people that we respect walk into this room right now, most of us will not fall asleep in service. Most of us be dogging point up there, right there. Whack, there, right there. And now all of a sudden, you know, soon as he leaves, you can let your hair down in the spirit realm. Because there's no need to be guarded. So that thought that you had reserved for me, you can say it now. You be like, hey, this is what I really want to tell you something. It's called respect of persons. Y'all get what I'm saying? We're going to hold our peace. That means we're harnessing that devil. But when the issue comes up, it doesn't matter what mentor is in the room. It doesn't matter if Trump himself is in the room. You're going to start flowing what's in your heart. And the crazy part about it, you're not going to stop. That's where you get that word when they say they went off. That means that they couldn't control themselves. In other words, they could control themselves in certain situations, but they went off right there. That's when you get that term. This is where everything just starts spewing out. They just went off. Anybody heard that term? Oh, yeah. How many of y'all went off before? How many of y'all went off before you go to church? Whoa. Watch this here. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, for sure. Pastor, I ain't murdered nobody. Well, he's talking about that toxic turbo tongue. Where is the source of of that coming from? That activated? TV. How many murders did we saw this week? Man, I saw, man, the body didn't even drop. It was just dancing. And the devil is saying, fear, get in there. Fear, robbery, all that stuff, get in there. Because the eyes is the windows to your what? Soul. Watch this here. Adultery. How many adulteries that we saw on TV? Through those sanctified eyes that you have. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Adultery. You know that they're sleeping around, but your sanctified eyes. We don't even. But you'll point out my devil. When he was asleep, you know, he was head back, mouth open, flies around. That means, is it something spiritual? No, he just had bad breath, flies aside, the cat around the wrong place, and they dead. You can't make everything spiritual. He just had some serious halitosis up there, and the flies just died. Well, there's something spiritual about that. His tongue was purple in him. Fornication. How many fornications that we saw on TV? People who ain't married. Constantly on TV. Through our sanctified body. As soon as I get down, Lord, I'm going to order my steps in your word. And the Lord is saying, order in what? Dude, is this making sense? At the seat of all of this is rebellion. Rebellion is sitting there saying, I got your children now. Come on. There. Oh, ain't no thieves around here. You know what this stuff means? This stuff means in the spirit realm, you're robbing God of what really belongs to Him by replacing the Spirit of God with demons. It's called doctrines of devils. Doctrines of devils don't necessarily mean sitting around somebody that's talking crazy. No, doctrines of devils come through that television. So when it's time for you to take care of business, me and her can't never be on the same page. We have to force ourselves to get into the presence of God, to agree with one another. And the Lord is saying, this, my peace and my presence should flow with y'all naturally. Yes. Come on, God. Does this make sense? Yeah. Oh, you ain't gonna get this nowhere. Not Sunday morning. It's gonna be hand-saved, you know. False witnesses. Well, how many false witnesses? Everything what the enemy shows on TV is the devil's false witnesses. But you're thinking that he has to have a suit and a shirt and a pair of pants on, and he just wants your tie. No, his false witnesses is the TV, the media, and everything that's on it. And we as Christians breathe it in, and then we want to make time for God. It don't work that way. Huh? Now when I talk like this, I'm not saying, he's ready to cut it down on me. No. You know, my eyebrows make me look like a man and things like that, and sometimes my voice protrudes, but everything is done in love, because if it wasn't in love, you wouldn't get this. We'd be saying, oh, happy day, and we'd be out of here. Everybody make it on time, finally, to movies. Watch this here. But I asked him, oh no, Pastor, you got that wrong. Because in Matthew it says, the only time that the person that can blaspheme is when they blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Anytime that God is not God or Lord in your life, that is treason, blasphemy. Okay, if you know more about your favorite programming than the whole Psalms, something's wrong with that. That's true. Okay, support that claim, Pastor. You always, that's what I'm talking about. That's why your church is so small. Go to Proverbs 4. Go to Proverbs 4:23. You always, that's what I'm talking about. Proverbs 4:23. Everything has to be backed up. Watch this here. Proverbs 4:23. It says, keep thy wife. Heart. Keep the TV. Heart. Keep my favorite program. Heart. Well, I gotta keep my mother-in-law. Heart. Well, what about my children? Heart. Keep thine heart with all what? Diligence. For out of it flows what?
life.
And guess where it's coming? Straight out of the tube. Because the devil knows that being Felicia is not going to put a pole in the middle of the living room. But if I get the idea off the TV, I say, now girl, I saw you with those shoes on Sunday. Y'all see what I'm saying? Devil had went another way to reach Christians. And we're all guilty of that. The greatest invention today is the TV. Because through that TV, everybody is going to see Jesus Christ. Everybody's going to see the gospel being presented. But how drowned out that will be because the enemy owns all 5 media outlets. Out of the heart. It says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. What you put in is what you get out. Does that make sense? That's why there is such fighting and misunderstanding in the body of Christ. In families, husbands and wives, whether we're aware of it or not, we're receiving the judgment of God. When we fail to make God, give God his proper place in our hearts, that we're feeding is the judgment of God. Period. Does not matter what you feel. Doesn't matter what you say. If your heart is continuously being pulled and drawn into a particular area, God is going to twist it and say, let them forever increase in knowledge, but they will never come into the knowledge of the truth. How do we know? When issues show up, you're going to take care of it, begin to take care of it God's way, but because there is no strength and no power, we're going to bend towards what we know out of our heart. This makes sense?
Yes.
All right, I just want to see if we're on the same page now. Watch this here. Watch this here. We're receiving the judgment of God. Watch this here. Deuteronomy 28, one of the best known scriptures today when it comes to blessings and curses due to obedience. Verse 15 in Deuteronomy 28, it says, I got to go on because I know, for time says, well, I got started a little early. It says, but if thou refuse to listen to the Lord, your God, and do not obey all the commands and decrees I'm giving you today. When he spoke that years ago, today, that word is applicable and applicable to today. Because God is the same yesterday and to what? Today. He said all these curses will come and overwhelm you. Y'all see that? Verse 20. It says, the Lord himself will send on you curses, confusion. There will be no dialogue between you and your spouse, you and your children. It's going to always be infighting on the job, in your relationship, because our attention is somewhere else, so you're receiving the judgment of God, because our hearts is not kept by the Almighty.
That's good.
Oh, you gotta say amen off of this. This is good stuff right here. This was menacing to me when I was trying to. I thought it was the devil when Barney started barking. The devil is trying to distract me, but I was really mad because I was like, I was like thinking to myself, God, you're reading me now. But it's kind of normal for a child to argue with his daddy because you're in safe hands when you argue with him and not the world.
Come on.
Oh, don't play me now. Jesus had this discussion in the garden when he said, Father, if we can do this any other way, he didn't go to the devil, he went to God. If you have a problem, don't go to the world, go to God.
Yes, God. Hallelujah.
And if you don't answer today, this dude like the siren ruler when Elijah told him go dip 7 times. If he don't answer today, dip again. If he don't answer tomorrow, dip again. If he don't answer the next day, dip again.
Come on.
Because he is faithful.
Yes, amen. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing he will send is frustration in everything you do. So if everything is not clicking, meaning this here, if it's that same old thing, then you must not contribute that to the enemy. It could come from God as a result of our hearts. And the crown ruler, rebellion.
Yeah.
Because rebellion is saying, I refuse to submit to the Almighty God. Watch this here. This is what he says. Until at last you are completely destroyed for doing evil and abandoning me. Y'all see that? Verse 28. The Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and panic. That don't bother me. Madness in the Old Testament was he went mad. He lost his mind. That means that when things come up in your world, because your heart is not for God, you're going to start doing things mad. Because rebellion has to start railing his head. You're going to start saying, like the little dude that was sitting on the table about this tall, and he was sitting around the boardroom, all these big giants. He said, he's going to do it my way, my way. All you have to do is do this. But he had too much power for you to do that. Y'all see that? Madness means when me and her can't agree on nothing. Madness means when you just have to make yourself say, I ain't gonna let the sun go down on my wrath. Baby, I'm sorry. But in your heart is brewing. That's madness. Now the devil says, I'm now sending the big boys. If you keep reading, he says sicknesses and infirmities will come. It will start doing little things to your mind and to your body to make you think that certain things is happening when it's not happening. All the devil wants you to do is get up and just speak it. Now it's going to happen. Do this make sense? Church said? Amen. Watch this here. He said madness. Then he turned and he said blindness. You can't find your way through the Word of God. You're forever increasing in knowledge, but you are not able to come into the knowledge of the truth. Why? Because that strong man has finally come up to the surface because all these other guys had done the work over the years. So even when the truth is there, you will stand up and say, how dare you say that? That's rebellion. When Absalom wanted his daddy's kingdom, he just took it. That rebellion was sitting there all that time. And one day he finally decided, he said, I'm going to steal. I'm going to let the world know that I am in charge. He slept with his father's wives. That's a rebellion. That's a rebellion. And then you panic. That means that the enemy has access not only to your physical body, but he torments your mind. And everything is questionable now. Had God said? So you got to know. I know he said it, but did he say it? And the devil will start moving things around. Meaning this here. You will start to be blessed in this area thinking that it's God, but it's really not God. It's really to move you over here to think that God is doing something in your life, but you still got panicking and madness and blindness over here. So when somebody comes and say, man, that's the devil over there, you'll turn around and say, well, how can it be? Because you're blind.
Come on. Yeah.
You can't see it. Watch this here. This same thing happened in the Old Testament. The children of Israel were truly blessed. Meaning, let's go to Numbers 22. The children of Israel was truly blessed. Meaning that they were in right standing with God. They were protected from their enemies. As a matter of fact, the enemies were afraid of them because of God's hand of protection. They had good health, plenty of fuel, food. Most of all, they had the approval of Jehovah. That means that God saw nothing in them that could stop his provision inside and out. Y'all, okay, I'm gonna show you something. Something that we already know. Numbers 22. Watch this here. It says, and the children of Israel set forward. Somebody said set forward.
Set forward.
That's a principle there. Never, ever, ever, ever move backwards. As a believer, we are always meant to go forward. God told the children of Israel to go what? Forward. Within our Christian walk, God always tells us to hold fast. That means move forward. Never go back. Okay? Never go back to the old girlfriend. Never go back to the old job. Never, unless God tell you to. Never go back to if you got a Hyundai mine, that's the car. Hyundai, I don't care how much they suit that car. If God has given you a Lexus mentality, why would you go back to a Hyundai? Yes, the Hyundai is improved, but God has increased your land, your wealth, your income, because His hand of protection is upon you. So why would you go back?
Yeah.
Why would you go back to the old boyfriend? Why would you go back to the old girlfriend? Why would you go back when God has brought you out of that darkness?
Come on.
That's why He said they move forward. We sing songs about that, say we're moving forward.
Yeah.
We're moving forward in our marriage. Though we may have problems, those problems will dissipate as long as our appetite at the core of our being is God.
Hallelujah.
This is a choice thing. This is a conscious choice, because the devil has said, I'm going to get you, I'm just going to come another way. I'm going to feed off your appetite. They said, watch this here, and pitch in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw that all Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was so afraid of the people because they were many. They were many. That's talking about church folk coming to church. That's talking about church folk sitting with each other, getting strong. You can't get strong doing overtime at the job. You can't get strong at the house. You can't. Look. We got to preach this thing. We got to preach this thing. You cannot build your own self up. No man is set for an island. Jesus needed 12 boys.
Come on. God.
Don't fool yourself. That's that devil talk. Run to him, Bible study today. And the Lord is saying, no. Because He's going to give you the heart your heart's desire. Don't be surprised when sicknesses come upon your body. And you have to call and reach out to us now. You have to call for that job now.
Yes.
God has made a way. His mercy is everlasting to everlasting. But for the heart that has rebellion, the only thing they can see is something. You see what I'm saying? It's something else. Don't feel bad. I felt that way too at one time. We was all there at one time or another. Watch this here. And verse 4. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that is around about us, and the oxen lick up the grass and the field, yada yada yada. This stuff was going on behind the scenes while these people was blessed. Balak had sent for Balaam. And he said, look here, man, these people are too blessed. Mercy Seat is too blessed. Beaumont is too blessed. That's why Heavenly Churches are not fields. America is too blessed. We'll go to Black Friday before we come to church. God say, give them their appetite. Give them their heart's desire.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see if that TV is going to be sustained. And the devil said, get it, baby, because once you plug me in, I'm going to light your fire. I'm going to give you everything what you want. Some things is worth paying the full price for, because we have somebody to pay the full price.
Come on, Pastor.
Do y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, fat meat is always greasy. And God is here to cut the fat. Give us meat, what is the word of God. Did that make sense? Some people try to use fat as bread. They're going to use this as a biscuit. No! Give it to Barney. Watch this here. He tried to trick them. Let's go to verse 7. He said, watch this here. And he took up his parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, brought me from Ammon out of the mountains of the east, saying, come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. Defy my house. Defy Tiny's house. Defy LaShonda's house. Do y'all see that? You see how personal that devil wants to see to stop that blessing? Watch this here. How shall I curse whom God has not cursed? Or whom shall I defy whom the Lord has not defied? He said, for from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hill I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. That devil was trying to get them to me. Watch this here. Watch this here. Verse 11. Number 22, verse 11. 23, I'm sorry, 23. And Balak said unto Balaam, what hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. Now with that, let me show you something in modern day terms. Let me tell you what that TV is saying. Don't get on your face before God. Don't make no study time for God. Don't just sit up there and just do what God has required you to do. Consume me some more.
Hallelujah.
Consume me. Y'all see that? Boy, it's amazing how things can be translated to modern day terms. Watch this here. Watch this here. Verse 12. And he said unto him, must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord has put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, come, I pray thee, with me to another place, and from whence thou mayst see them. Oh, let's read that in modern day term. And Balak said, and that Samsung, that Sony, that Hitachi, that Mitsubishi said, come, let's turn the channel. This is not good enough. This station is not powerful enough. Fornication, get out of the way. Now we need something more powerful. Let's put a drama on. Let's put a documentary on. Do you see the terms? I hope you see it. Hope you see it. The devil said, let's go to another place. Let's turn another channel from which we may see them. Thou shalt see but the most inner utmost parts of them. Look at it, going down into the depths of where God is supposed to be sitting. Let's remove him. Didn't we say that Jesus is at the center of it all? This man was trying to find every which way possible to get into the minds of God's people to stop them from being in the presence of God. And the presence of God was evident because everybody down there was blessed. Let me tell you something. If there was one person down there at that particular time, God that was defiled, God wouldn't have spared none of them. Everybody would have been defiled. We saw that with Achan. Remember Achan stole and hid? That was one man in a nation of people. So that means that there was a time where God had holy people, blameless, in front of him. So if somebody ever tell you there is no perfect people, those were some perfect people because God himself said, I cannot curse what I have blessed. Okay, here's the term right here. Here's the term right here. Here's the term right here. Verse 13, and Balak said unto him, come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, that's turn the channel, from which thou may see them. And thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them at all. And curse me from thence. And he brought him to the field of Zephim, to the top of Pisgah, whatever that word is, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, stand here by the burnt offering while I meet the Lord yonder. And the Lord met Balaam and put a word in his mouth and said, go again unto Balak and say thus. And he came to him, behold, and stood by his burnt offering and the princes of Moab. You gotta look at these princes. These princes ain't just not no princes, y'all. These are the princes of the underworld. These are not no demons. Remember, they was moved. They went to another place. This dude said, let us switch and go to another place. So therefore, when you look at the princes of the Amorites, the princes of the Moabites, the princes of the Hivites, it's talking about they moved these other lesser people out of the way. Now here come the big dogs. Do y'all see that? These are these princes of Moab and all these other ones. It's your modern day term principalities that rule the airwaves.
That's right.
You ain't gonna get this nowhere in Texas this morning. We want to keep our hearts knitted with God. Watch this here. Watch this here. Verse 19. And he said, this is what the Lord had put in his mouth. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Amen. Behold, I received the commandments to bless, and he hath blessed. I cannot reverse. Amen. Do y'all see that? That man was trying to get this man to convince God, and the crazy part about it, this guy was trying to get God to reverse. And he did. Let's turn to chapter 25. Let's see what these people did. That devil finally got them to look at some MTV. That family finally got them to look at the episode 1,500 of Young and the Restless. He finally got them to look at, and look what happened. Now you may say that you haven't done these things, but you've done it spiritually in your heart if you keep entertaining this here. Watch this here. It's called adultery, spiritual adultery. And Israel abode in Shittim. And the people began to commit what? Whoredom with the daughters of who? Translated to modern day term. Let something that you keep watching off that television keep getting into you every single day. Every single day. You may not commit the physical act, but baby, in the spirit realm, if God was to call judgment on each and every last one of us, we'll lay prostrate and say, Lord have mercy, because we committed spiritual adultery.
My God.
Oh, that devil knows how to reinvent that wheel. Watch this here. And they called, verse 2, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their what? Gods. Little g. Now, out of all that there in 2 Timothy, Corinthians, didn't we just read about the little gods? Mm-hmm. And in Matthew 15, didn't we just read about those gods? Out of the heart proceeds. Yeah. It's coming, because the devil knows that we're not just going to go out there and rock and sock them like the world won't do it. So what he does, he creates these things in our hearts. So therefore, when these issues of life begins to surface in our home, we don't have no power to deal with it. So the other gods, lowercase g, rules. Y'all see that?
That's it.
Oh yeah, I hope it makes sense, man. This stuff is real. Now, how do they get from being blessed by God to serving other gods? Because they began to bow. Let's keep reading verse 2. And they called the people unto the sacrifice of their God, and the people did eat and bow down to their God. Now wait a minute, wait a minute. What do you mean did eat? What do you mean? And then bow down to their God. You know what they're saying? In modern day terms, you got your TV, but it's not complete without your food. Because you're going to sit, and sit means in a spirit realm is to pay homage to. Meaning this, we fall down on our knees. But in the spirit realm, where something is governing our lives, to where something is coming in, that means that we're entertaining something that will contain us to sit down and pay attention to and eat.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's right. That's why I was like saying God was dealing with me with this housewives of Atlanta, this love and hip hop stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I was like saying, how, you know, how is these little quirky things coming up between me and her? How is it that Shaquanda out there, just making up a name, no real name Shaquanda, but that's my cousin. You know, Shaquanda out there, you know, the devil tells me your wife is older and you just got to check the fact that these young bucks are coming. There ain't nothing wrong with looking. The devil is a liar because the only thing he's doing is a slow burn. It's just pulling, but it's streamlining somewhere because when you keep getting a dose of adultery, fornication, lying, cheating, deceit, and all that stuff, how can you not say that this stuff will affect your outward man?
Yeah.
Well, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. I talked to Charles about a week or so ago. He was telling me about truck drivers. He said, it ain't for everybody. He said, you better be strong in the Lord to be able to go out there and be able to maneuver around because them women out there are waiting, and probably some men too.
I didn't say that.
He said, hey, in these days, everything is on the table. Well, I just don't like I'm married. Well, I got Bill over here. Bill, he's sitting up there happy. Yes, you know, and I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to close. The devil, watch this here. If you don't think that the devil don't know, let me give you a little personal testimony. I'm gonna overcome it between by Revelations 12:11. You shall overcome it by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimony. I got this strange text, and my wife is a witness. I got this strange text, thinking that it was from a girl, but it was from a dude. Now I wish I could find. I texted him. I got your picture. I know what you look like.
Come on.
And Lord, just close your eyes just for 5 minutes. He wrote me, start off by saying that he was looking for a friend of mine. And I texted a friend of mine, I'm not thinking, well, why don't he have this other guy's number? So I'm thinking, well, anybody can lose numbers and things like that. So I texted this other guy. The other guy said, man, I don't know nothing about this. So I texted the other guy back, wrong dude. Text back, how did you like this last night? He ain't talking about no.
Right.
And bricks and gravy, I ain't too lazy. He ain't thinking, you know. And so I text again, wrong dude.
Right.
He texts back, taste this big, you know.
Right.
And again, I was like, hey, wrong dude. I don't play that. Come on, you didn't say that last night. Do you see this?
Right.
So I had to ask the Lord this morning, where is that coming? Because I was telling him, I just want to lock down with mano a mano. But I know that's not the right way.
Right.
Now you know where that thought come from? I've seen it from somewhere.
Yeah.
It come from 2 sources: my background and what I saw on TV.
Yeah.
Because on that Love and Hip Hop and all that trash that we watch,
Yeah.
guess what? Oh, and your show, I don't want Love and Hip Hop. On Murder, She Wrote, on CSI Miami. It's all there. It's all in the devil's playground.
Come on, Doc.
So you gotta throw that out there because he ain't talking about my devil. And your devil sitting there surfing on the board. All this here board, and you sitting there, it don't bother me. The devil says, yes he does. Watch this here. You got this thought going to work, driving down the street like, whoa, where did that come from?
My God.
God is not mocked, but whatever a man soweth, that's it. So if you put it in, it's going to what? It's going to come out. Now watch this here. Now that dude texted this morning. So we were trying to figure out how to block it and things like the police went online and things like that. And I was still trying to prepare for this message. But a part of my flesh wanted to rip his head off. But the Lord was showing me, he said, it is your intake. Because on that Love and Hip Hop, on Atlanta Housewives, on all that other trash that y'all watch out there too, because you said, I don't watch that. So I had to throw your stuff out there too, because the devil is no discriminator of what he allowed his people to see. We the only one that try to catch that ain't that bad. Yes, it is.
Right.
Come on.
You got Shamar Moore visiting your bedside. Move right along. So, hey, leave mine alone, leave him alone. Now watch this here. Beyonce visits a lot of people, y'all. It's called astral projection. Watch this here. The Lord showed me, he said, in those shows, they have deceit, they have fornication, they have adultery, they get angry, they want to take revenge. He said, now, what do you want to do right now? I said, I want to hurt him. He said, change your intake. Judgment first starts here before I can look at you. Do this make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then I don't give it no strength. I don't give it no strength after God reveals it to me, because you know what happens? Then I begin to receive the judgment of God by disobeying his word. It's one thing when you don't know, but it's another thing when God shows it to you and you know it's wrong. Now the infirmity, the sickness, and all that stuff comes. The confusion comes. The frustration comes. Do you see how the enemy is working? But when you take heed to it, God will pull that rebellious spirit up. He will pull that strong man up and say, now here he is, rebuke him.
Hallelujah.
Cast him out. Y'all see how this works? The Lord will bring him up. The Lord will shut him down, and he will give you the privilege to veto him out of your life. That's why you have a guy like Lester Summerall. He can face anything. I read his book. He said he didn't lose not one battle. So why is it so many people are losing battles? Because the devil recognizes his kind. Last word. Note this here. To study or to know the Word of God is to study the Bible, which is God's heart. The devil used Balaam to turn the hearts of God's people away from him by committing sin. Here's some side references and I close. Isaiah 30:9 says, he speaks of lying and disobedience. That's the enemy. What is the root? What is the strong man of lying? Rebellion. Because as soon as a person want to do what they want to do, they're going to start lying first. They're going to start lying. This is all up under rebellion. Now lying can transfer over into jealousy, envy, and all that old crazy. They can bounce to suit the strong man's needs. But the ultimate strong man of lying is rebellion. You're going to find it in us. You're going to find it in your child. You always find it in your child. Where you been? Over there. Where's over there? Larry's house. Did you just come from Samantha's house?
Yeah.
So what is the root? So we whip for lying, and rebellion is saying, hi guys. See what I'm saying? Jeremiah 7:23, God calls it revolting. Rebellion leads to revolting. We're going to Black Lives Matter this here. Everything we want to protest. I got protest for you. You got some steps to get down on this altar and strip yourself before God bare, because everything is open and naked in front of him anyway.
Amen.
Isaiah 65:2. It is not good to provoke him, meaning that it's not good to provoke God through craziness. But for the believer, we have mercy because we have a mediator, which is Jesus. So God don't have to deal with it. So he allows us to do what we do because he is long-suffering. He is compassionate. But God wants us to recognize that he is long-suffering and compassionate, and it will come to an end.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
You ain't going to let nobody just give you a black eye.
Come on.
Somebody ain't going to let nobody cuss you. I'm sorry, Pastor. I just got to take that speaker back there and I just put it on his head. Our rebellion is against him. It's against God. You can find that in Deuteronomy 9:7. Rebellion is against God. It'll always be against God. I can prove it. Our flesh is in ultimate rebellion against God. It would never obey God. It would, no matter, I told my flesh, Beyonce came to town, she looked direct at me. No, She was looking at the time that she was up in concert. You know, she gave you 5 more minutes over than what she was supposed to give, but the devil got you thinking she looking at you. How about that big old plate that you ate? I ate some nachos the other day, and I said that myself, I'm gonna eat me some more. And boy, I tell you what, if I didn't feel sin blooming in my body, I thought I was about to throw up and all kinds. That was the noise like that old glutton devil saying, see, you just greedy, repent. Something that simple. I Pepto-Bismol, I did all kinds of stuff. Sat on the John, you guys doing John, y'all. Because guess what? Some of them devils gonna come out that way.
Right.
Wow. Woo. What? You sitting up there like, woo. And God is saying, that's deliverance. Praise me. You sitting up there saying, it was those nachos like, no. That was a spirit I got out of you. The Bible says, who could know the ways and the acts of God? If God is activating in our life, how are we going to dictate how the spirit come out?
Right.
We just give it some directions in which it want to come out. Because the Bible said that the unclean spirit got to come out 7 ways. The eyes, ears, the mouth, throat. This come out. We don't care where you go. Yeah, get on, praise the Lord. This thing was praise the Lord.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Now, we ain't talking about this no regular passing gas and you sit up there saying that's the Lord. No, we're talking about something that you've been asking God to deal with a particular issue. Come up through your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose. And some of us, watch this here, we've been doing so much entertaining, it entered into our private parts. So when your legs go to shaking, or you start to get these thoughts, and you start to get aroused, watch this here. Long after the show is over, 3, you watched it Sunday, but you got aroused on Wednesday. That's the manifestation. Because the devil knows you'll catch it right then and there. You'll turn it off when you start to get aroused. You sit there, legs start going, you start to looking around, seeing anybody looking around, and you this you. His lights on, dark, and you sitting there by yourself, you gotta go pull the blinds. And before you know it, your mind kick in, turn it off. Turn it off. The devil said, I see you Thursday. That's how it works. You cannot play with sin.
Come on.
You ever wonder why you can't put your hand in the microwave? You gotta close the door. Because somebody will go in there, I want to see if this really radiate my hand. People like to play with sin, man. Once I realized what it is and what it has the potential to do, that ultimate goal of rebellion is to split me and her up. That is the ultimate goal of rebellion. Rebellion hates anything that reflects God. How is God expressed in the world? Through family. That's why the devil would love to kill children through the womb.
That's right.
The next one. Isaiah 31 said it calls rejecting counsel. You cannot reject counsel. At the heart of that is rebellion. Do y'all see this? So when you look through your life, look for rebellion. Look for him. He's in full operation. You know, through the simplest thing. If Felicia say, let's go out to eat, and I turn around and say, what you want to go eat? And she said, I don't know, I don't care. I put up in Wi-Fi. I don't want Wi-Fi. Well, yeah, I leave. Now all of a sudden, well, make up your goddamn mind. Here it comes. Because the issue is going to flow. It's only coming from 2 sources. It's coming from a tree that says, I want you to lay dormant until a situation comes, but I need something to activate it through the television. The television is the thing that's going to activate it because it's going to bring up something that you see with your eyes that has to come out of your mouth. Because what's in the heart, if it's not checked, it's going to come out. Don't reject counsel. Counsel, do not reject it. Because here's the thing. God will give you the wisdom and the sense to be able to locate and see if this is true, because you can flip through the word of, I forgot. You only got limited knowledge. Because if you got limited knowledge, how are you going to know which truth?
That's good.
Do you see? So the only thing that come out, who do you think you are? Don't you don't?
Yeah.
Amen.
You only good is what you get. Good is what you put in. Put it like that. Don't chew on that one, what I just said. Watch this. Isaiah 31 also said, further called a false covering. You get a false covering when you operate in rebellion. Because the devil is going to always tell you, my way, my way, my way. That's a false covering. Because you're going to stay away from around people who can discern between the nonsense, and you're going to cling to people who's going to tell you what you want to hear. I said it earlier. It's called doctrines of demons. Y'all get this?
Yes, sir.
I hope it's blessing y'all. 2 more we out here. He said that 5 minutes ago. Watch this here. Isaiah 31 also says this here. It adds sin to sin. That means these demons going to start manifesting, because out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, adultery, fornication, heresy, headedness, all that stuff. It's going to bring and breed other things. So if you're not careful, you will be trapped, and you will be ensnared, and you will be captive, and you'll be held in bondage, and you won't even know it.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yeah.
The next thing, Psalm 66 and 7, rebellion called self-exalting. It will exalt itself. It will say, I don't need nobody. I read the word of God for myself. I don't need you. I can stand here and do this myself. You ain't doing, who do you think? It'll start fault finding. It's self-exalted. If you're going to self-exalt, that means you're going to cut somebody down. So now you got to deal with this other thing that's called in rebellion, that sits inside rebellion. It's called bitterness. What are you so bitter for? Why you got to get to shine all the time? Get somewhere and sit down. You know, at my son's school, they had a little graduation thing. Well, appreciation thing. Something like that.
Award ceremony.
Award ceremony. And thanks for talking on the tape, please. And so, and the thing is, somebody in Baltimore say, and so, the basketball coach was up there, and he said he wanted to vote the most valuable player on the team. Well, you know, see, I didn't see that me and mama was sitting there, we were looking like this. All the kids were like this. Gotta be, gotta be me, gotta be me. They didn't want when Jesus, they wouldn't want the part when Jesus said, one of y'all is the devil. He said, they wouldn't want that part.
Right.
But they wanted the part where he said, which one of us is going to be the greatest in the kingdom?
Yeah.
This guy turned around and said, the most valuable player, you know who he picked? He picked the guy with Asperger's.
Amen.
Now, a little part of me as a dad was like, that's wrong. That's wrong. My boy, I knew that game, he did this here. You see that? It happens with everybody.
Yeah.
And now RJ did this here on the stage. Yay! But in the car, that should is on that screwed up mixtape. That should you know. Isn't that what he said? That should have been me. What did we say? Hey man, you don't deserve that all the time. And guess what? The guy that he picked, he has a shortcoming. Y'all are considered normal.
Right.
This dude hustles, he runs, he tries, he go get the ball. He running down there.
Right.
So when I thought about it, yes, he deserved it.
Amen. That's good.
Did you see? That's part of the flesh of rebellion that always wants to be first. You can't be first. Get somewhere. Come on, repeat this word. Get somewhere. Sit down. Now that's going to tell rebellion to get in its place. See, at my job, when we confront somebody with their negative behavior, it's called encounter. So when the dude want to say something, the whole crowd says, "Shut up! You ain't got nothing to say." They said, "Mr. Jackson, that was good." I said, "I use that at church," and my wife tells me that all the time. So I just put it all together. Every time I say something stupid, "Shut up! You shut up! Shut up! You shut up!" RJ said, "Well, I love when y'all argue." "Oh, so you love when we whip you over behind?" "No, exactly. Put that Rebellion say this here, and then we flip it. This is remember that is the day the Lord has made. Watch this here. Last one, Psalm 68 and 6. Unsatisfied like dry land. Rebellion will always be dried up. It will dry you up. It will dry you up. Literally, it will dry everything up. We see this. We see this all the time. And that's why we try to fight so keep the devil in his place. keep the devil in his place. No matter where you go in Scripture, the disciples always fought against a devil, because the devil was out to kill them. Most of the time they was out running from the devil. But there was also sometimes the Lord say, wait a minute, confront Caesar. Wait a minute, confront this one right here. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't allow the devil to manipulate you to try to appease the devil that's in you, thinking that it's God. I'll give you an example. Remember when Paul and Silas was walking past the gate of Beautiful, and they saw the man down there begging alms, right? And the dude said, give me some money, give me, you want a little bit, why don't you go and treat me a little bit? And I'm giving you some money. You say you want some rubies? No, I want the money. Dude didn't want Jesus. So what did the Bible say that Paul did? He looked at him intently, meaning that he looked at the very being of what was ruling him, the spirit of infirmity. He looked at his being and he told him, silver and gold have I none. Now, we would have stopped. Well, I said, I just want the silver and gold. Did Kirk Franklin make a song like that? Silver and gold. Tell him to get up and come to Beaumont for free and see if he comes. And then we ain't have that food. He ain't James Brown up emergency. And then if you go over there and you may have to have some devil's cast out, because you may be sitting up under this message and get up in James Brown. We got some water out there to dip you, and we're going to bring you back and we're going to cast that devil out. You cannot James Brown up in here. Okay? Silver and gold have I none, but what we have we give unto thee. Arise. You know why he was able to do that? Because TV wasn't part of that culture. Right. They wasn't a part of the world system. So immediately when he spoke, boom, it happened. So if you want to know why some things is not happening right now that you want to happen, check the TV. I'm not saying turn it off and throw it away. Because if you got a big widescreen, you bring it over to my house. We'll make some good use of it. But what I am saying is we'll find a wall to put it on. Please don't even have to leave the kitchen. She's sitting right there cooking. What I am saying is this here. Some of your programming, modify it. Begin to ask the Lord, is this appropriate?
Amen.
Do this make sense? Just begin to ask the Lord. Can Paul sit here and watch this? Do you see what I'm saying? Because, watch this here, sometimes the Lord will have you to watch certain things so you can be able to see the spirit of the devil move, so how you can be able to minister.
Yeah.
Everybody don't read the Bible. So God will, I always make reference to movie. Hey man, you see New Jack City when Pookie had the flag on with the crack pipe? And that face that he made, I said, that's how some of y'all look when you're on them drugs like that. Right. And they can relate. They don't know about Paul and Silas and all these other guys. Some of them don't. So when I talk about them, they're like, when the devil say, go to sleep. now, when I say something about New Jack shit, they do like this. so great. Now my point is made.
Yeah.
So some of that stuff, God was like, don't you turn your eyes. Don't you turn that off. I'm talking about the stuff that you watch that. This is my favorite program. This is my favorite program. All the boys got Budweiser written across themselves. That's my show. No, if that's your show, you need to turn that off. If you watch a show that constantly break up marriages, you watch the trouble happens in your marriage. If you watch shows that's finding everybody just broke, I had to have an appetite for good time. I watch good time when it's a good time. I just don't go anywhere a good time, because the devil will make sure that I'm going to have some good times when I can't pay the water bill. You always make me think about, hey, you know another thing, please. Remember James that was going through the same thing. You see how the devil works?
Yeah.
He always is making you have a point of reference to something that glorifies him. Instead of us standing on the word of God. Well, we don't have enough money to pay. Well, why? When he said he supply all you need, did you spend the tithe? Okay, come on. Watch this here. Don't eat the tithe, don't wear the tithe, don't drive the tithe. That's right. Don't. I don't care what these these new people say? You can't find tithing in the Old Testament. Jesus gave. That's all we know. Now you can't throw Malachi 3 and 10 out. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This gives the enemy strength to do what he does. And for God's sake, I'm telling you, forsake not the assembling of yourself. Man, we don't care if you don't show up, but we care if you don't show up.
Yeah.
We know what the enemy does. We have enough trouble making it from Monday and Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday that the devil is not railing up his ugly head.
Yeah.
We look forward to Wednesday. We look forward to Sunday. I look forward to seeing y'all.
Hallelujah.
We're going to have church regardless, but it feels good when you're here.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because it edifies one another. It builds one another up. And we know that the devil, it cannot begin to influence you because you're getting filled and pumped back up.
Yeah.
Does this make sense? Come on, give God a hand praise.